That's my highest. I probably can maybe surf or surf come home, right?
Just really don't care.
Oh my God, I hope all of you are content. Take a look at what you guys did. Someone who is now incarcerated was forced to speak out against something. As you are all aware, Sue Surf will be launched on February 16th, 2026. That means he will return in a few months to terrorize battle rappers. Now, a terrible rumor about Sue Surf began to spread 2 months ago. This rumor began when Easy to Block appeared on Math Huff's show, and both of them attempted to imply that Sue Surf had leaked information on his RICO case. Additionally, they mentioned the existence of some papers.
That's my highest. I probably can maybe surf or surf come home, right?
Just really don't care. Oh, really don't care no more. All right, I'm gonna just keep it to myself. I'm gonna just keep it to myself. Damn, that's crazy. You know, okay? Is that you know?
Oh,
You know?
I think I know what you're talking about too.
There's still rules, right? There's still rules.
But I don't think it came out though. I don't think anything came out.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
And when someone is accused of being a snitch, you all know exactly what occurs in combat rap. This rumor quickly gained traction. Every battle rapper began to comment on it. In an attempt to gather their thoughts on it, people began phoning their friends who were incarcerated. People even began contacting their own solicitors at one point in an attempt to verify the authenticity of the So Surf documentation. You people would notice that there was no snitching involved if you went to look at the actual documents. The jail specialists will, of course, tell you, no, everyone's reading the paperwork wrong. Well, today, with 3 months left in prison, So Surf finally addressed all the stitching allegations, he said. He has been watching from the sidelines as individuals tarnish his reputation. And at last, he's standing up for himself. So Surf recently addressed his admirers with a lengthy and comprehensive message for the first time in a very long time. "Hey, what's up with the gang?" he asked. "Cheers to the holidays. I hope everyone has a good time these days. I hope that love is all around you. I don't need you to tell me, LOL. However, quickly stop reading and list 3 things for which you are grateful. All right, great. I would want to express my gratitude for the lovely young girl who is waiting for me to leave these gates. I'll just say that I'm grateful that God always has a barrier of defense surrounding me. Finally, but just as importantly, I'm grateful for my network of support. Included are all of you. It has been 3 years since I last missed a visit. It's a blessing. A shout out to you guys and my crew, dude. California, Alabama, Detroit, Germany, Africa, Tokyo, New York, the United Kingdom, Wisconsin, Italy, Virginia, and Hawaii have all sent me mail. The list is extensive, and I experienced love during the entire journey. You guys are real. Since I'm sure some of you are just being nosy, I want to take a moment to commit to those of you who really rock with me. However, I swear to put in more effort than I have in the past. I swear that I will never again take advantage of my talent. You will receive my full attention if I promise to do something, whether it's a battle, a freestyle, a music project, or anything you see my name associated with. I'm old enough to acknowledge that I was among those who believed my skill was sufficient. I'm sure, therefore, everything will work out because I'm not kind, incorrect, talent, and lack of diligence, zeal, self-control, faith, teamwork, and commitment. I learned it throughout the course of almost 4 years. I swear to myself as well as to you all, I learned some knowledge. Why do we fall so hard when we reach the bottom, I ask myself, and the answer is simple. Because we ask for money, a new car, a better career, or anything we desire in our prayers. But we don't publicly commend Him when we achieve our goals. We don't spread the word. We keep His goodness a secret from others. He is real. He is capable of doing it. I won't get too preachy though, just what I've noticed. It's strange because I have so lot I want to say to you guys, but I don't want to babble on about how fortunate you are, how important it is to create goals for yourself, or how vital it is to keep learning new things. Go hard and dream big. Every time I write about how I'm living, where I am, and what lies beyond this wall, I feel obligated to tell you all to pay attention to what I have to say. This system doesn't want to let go once it has a hold of you. To be honest, I've had some in-depth conversations with some real gangsters, real trappers, lifers, and real killers throughout my time here. actual gang members, most importantly, actual men. And a definition of gangster has emerged as a recurring theme in these conversations. When I speak with these individuals, nobody claims that the bricks they sold, the bodies they dropped, or the judge's 360-month jail sentence were gangster-related. 90% of the men with whom I have real conversations regret this. Facts. They talk about how the kids are watching cartoons while the real gangsters are at home. How great it is to go to work, provide for your family, and help others in need. The dumb guys seem to be pounding on the door to get in. The guys inside are begging to leave. They all tell me that none of the friends they were chasing and doing foolish things with even made an effort to get in touch. Don't hit their baby moms or check on their mothers to see if their kids need anything. How are the friends unable to send a cash app at all? I will say this, don't wait to find out who's really with you by getting down on your ass, because I've actually seen grown men crying when they talk about who they believe needed to be there. It's not funny, but I often find myself smiling when I think about how no one talks about the consequences. It's interesting. Nobody's talking about how bullets hurt or how it would be a 924C if they found the pistol with the drugs. Look it up on Google. How bad these jail calls are for your kids, or how your mother is crying during a visit because she put the burden on herself.
How does it feel to receive news that someone has passed away? Everyone received operations, 30s, and slides, all of which are true. The implications, however, are the elephant in the room that everyone avoids. However, I am merely the ghetto's narrator. What do I know about? But given the news, man, you guys have my undying affection. I would be wealthy if I had $1 for every email or letter I received from fans complaining about these fake blocks. At this point, Surf begins to confront the accusations of snitching. I see y'all on the internet going crazy about your real boy. He continues, I've matured so much because the younger me would have been on the jail phone on somebody's podcast trying to defend myself. However, I've come to understand that lying doesn't matter who tells it. Whether someone is aware of it or not, the truth is the truth. And as my mother used to say, what's done in the dark, eventually you know the rest. However, let's take a quick look at Federal Penitentiary 101. I spent the last couple of years of my life here. This is the location where attacks occur 345 days a year. Here, we have rules. I mean, nobody's exempt. Not a boxer, not a 6'8", not a tough man, and not a rapper. We refer to this area as the pen. You have 90 days from the moment you get off the bus and enter this yard to turn in your documentation, including plea deals, transcripts, docket sheets, and sentencing. We like to refer to that as your driver's license. You must reside here. You have men who have been incarcerated since I was 9 or 10 years old. Do you believe that a sewer serf matters to them? Men who, because of rats, never return home. What in the world would shield me from the consequences of this country's laws? In addition to being a stand-up, you see it's an easy problem. The Richest Man in Babylon is a fantastic novel that I read. I also received some wise counsel from it. It stated, you don't ask a baker about jewelry. A jeweler is not someone you ask about farming. In other words, the issue is simple. A square cannot provide you with any street information. What can someone who's never been to a fat yard say about a fat person or what happens here? I would never ask the bread maker to explain diamond clarity. Sometimes all you have to do is pause and look at the person delivering the message when you hear something outrageous. If your paperwork isn't clear, you can't even touch the TV where I reside. If that documentation isn't cleared, we won't be shooting photos of you. Without a paper check, you are most definitely not a part of this gang. Once again, Feeding Lessons 101. In the Bureau of Prisons around the nation, I have 9 co-defendants. In addition, the guys incarcerated here have relatives and co-defendants throughout the Bureau of Prisons. Therefore, even if there are 120,000 guys in the federal system, we are a relatively small community, if you understand what I mean. Do you really think that someone who was assigned to live in a different prison wouldn't send a message to someone in the same jail as the aforementioned rat, asking for his ass to be crushed? Please be precise. This originates from a place of amusement. I reasoned that I could amuse y'all while imparting some knowledge about this location. Yes, the general public is sending you this message in real time. I have no idea what protective custody looks like. And additionally, I have visited general populations in Detroit, New Jersey, and New York. The people of Pennsylvania, not just my truth, but the entire population. Anyone who puts up with such pointless rubbish is either someone who's never been on the streets, someone who's ignorant of life and this side of the wall, or someone who probably likes me for some reason. Here are some wise words for the next generation of young people. We never dabble with the R word. If my apple weren't a rat, I wouldn't even call him one. I have men who hate me and would prefer to see me in a coffin without such statements next to my name. Why? Because that's not what real people do. It's the law in the area where I currently reside. If you label someone a rat, you have 60 to 90 days to prove it, or we will treat you like a rat if that don't happen. Don't play with that word without concrete evidence. But since their goal is to persuade you to hit play, I'm not angry with any bloggers. That's all. They don't have to adhere to actual laws. But I'm getting off topic. In any case, the clock is not stopped at all. I'm eager to get back to my job, my family, and entertaining you all. You guys won't ever have to follow me through jail mail again in the near future. Until then, remember, it's a misconception that only the strong survive. The intelligent ones make it too. That's it, folks. As I previously said, Soul Surf sent a long and comprehensive message informing supporters that he's doing well. He's feeling upbeat. Finally, but just as importantly, he is not a rat and did not inform on anyone. Please like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Man, I'll see you guys later.